Welcome,
Welcome,
welcome.
everyone.
Hello, everybody. Getting everybody jumping in. Hi, Angela, Laura, and Sandy. We've got Clanice and Pam, and we've got Josh and lots of people. Alan, thanks for joining us today. It's really good to see everybody. Let's officially get started. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to our Gnocchi Party. Welcome to our shared virtual kitchen where we all can come together, have fun, learn something new, and make delicious food. I'm Denise, your co-host for Chicca's Cooking Club. I'm based today in Southern California, and Chicca is joining us from Castagneto Carducci. Arnaud is behind the camera, and Paolo, our chat wizard and ingredient professor, is with us from the UK. Chicca is joining us from her beautiful terrace today. Hi, Chicca. How are you doing this evening?
Ciao a tutti, I'm very happy, contenta, felice to be here with all of you. And I'm here in my farmhouse in Tuscany. I'm sorry you can't see the whole garden because everything is blooming, the wisteria is blooming, the cherry trees are blooming. So it's really amazing. So we are located in Bolgheri on La Strada del Vino, the wine road, which is famous for super Tuscan wines. I don't know if you ever heard about them. So we are very happy to be here because we are celebrating almost 6 years of cooking online together with the club. I think it's incredible. So I want to say welcome back to any of the members, and welcome if you are new. And I'm here, as Denise said, with my husband, French husband Arnaud, which is behind the camera, and Paolo, which is a very good friend and is helping us. And I'm going
Oh,
into the
yes.
kitchen.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself while you walk into the
Yeah,
kitchen.
yeah.
Yes, Paolo here from England now for about 10 years, 8 years I've been living here. But prior to that, I lived in Vancouver, Canada for 18 years. And that's where I met virtually Kika because I used to have a podcast and I interviewed her and we became friends and now we work together. So amazing being here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just want to remind you that Paolo is going to be monitoring the chat and keeping all things technical going. And today we're going to be making flour gnocchi with pancetta and a sweet pea sauce. The meat is optional, and of course, if you're vegetarian, you can skip it. This class will be about 75 minutes, give or take. And after a brief introduction, we'll get to cooking together. At the end, we're going to tell you a little more about what we'll be cooking in the club this season and a special that we have for you today. So I'm going to pull up a few pictures, and Kika can share a little bit about herself. I got to get my screens going. Here we go. I'm sharing the screen. Yeah. So Kika, what
Okay,
share?
so
Yeah, tell us about what's coming up.
yeah, so I want to say again my name because sometimes people call me Chicca, but my name is Kika, even though if it's written CHI. So to make the story short, I'm not a trained chef. I'm an architect. I'm a mom, and I'm a cyclist. And I was a passionate traveler when I was in my 20s. I traveled by bicycle around the world for about 10 years in many places such as Alaska, Ecuador, Zimbabwe, New Zealand, Madagascar, Australia, just to name some. And I am a home cook by passion. And 20 years ago, just by chance, I start teaching Italian cooking classes, and then I opened my cooking school. I welcome people from all over the world to share authentic Italian recipes in my own kitchen. I believe in home food, in the power of fresh and good ingredients. My recipes are mostly vegetarian and based on the Mediterranean diet as I grew up and live on the west coast of Italy. My mantra in the kitchen is the best use of the simplest ingredients. You can see on the table all the vegetables that I always cook lots of vegetables, and I buy seasonal, organic, and local products. Two staples in my kitchen are my extra virgin olive oil pressed from the olives that grow on the property, and fresh cut herbs from the garden. I have a small little veggie garden, and I grew also vegetables throughout the year.
And I met Kika in 2017 on a cousin's trip to Tuscany. We stayed for 6 days and did 4 delicious cooking classes. By the end of the trip, Kika and I were fast friends, and we joked that we were just like sisters. And now I'm her co-host and partner in running Kika's Cooking Club. which was born in 2020. And we'll share a little bit more about that at the end of the class. And as we like to say, the sisters are back together again. And here are some of the tips. Sorry, technical difficulty. Here we go. Here are some of the tips that we learned from cooking with our club over the past few years, and over 100 classes that we have cooked that are also available in our video library. We've learned that when you get busy cooking, you can't always look at your screen. So Kika's going to walk us through everything step by step, and I'll do my best to call your attention to the important instructions along the way. And Paolo will answer the chat. And know that if we move on to the next step and you're not quite there yet, don't worry, just pause, listen to the instructions, watch Kika's demonstration, and then return to where you were. We strongly encourage you to refer back to the recipe, and we'll share a link for that in the chat one more time. And Kika, we usually have a couple of questions for this gnocchi class. So what if someone's not going to be eating their gnocchi right away? What should they do?
Yeah, so you can make gnocchi with us, and then you can cook later together with the sauce. You can also prepare the sauce with us, and you can cook later when you're ready. And you can also freeze the gnocchi. We can make them together, then you put them in a baking sheet in one layer, freeze them, and once they're frozen, you transfer them in a container, airtight container, and then you can cook them whenever you're ready. It's a super simple, easy recipe.
Okay, so now for the fun part. And this is one of the things I learned from cooking with Kika, is that she has everything always so beautifully set out and ready for you. So will you show us what you have prepped today?
Yeah. So the first thing I prepped today is this little pot of flower, because I have lots of cherry flowers in the garden, and I thought they are so beautiful, and I want to share this with all of you. Then in this section, you can see all the ingredients for the gnocchi. Maybe you understand that this gnocchi doesn't require potatoes, because making potato gnocchi, it's quite a difficult process if you don't have the right kind of potatoes. And but this is, I think, the most easy recipe to make gnocchi. We're gonna make them together. It's not a demo, so be ready to put your hands on. So here I have the flour and water. These are the two main ingredients to make gnocchi. And then we're gonna add some seasoning. They're not essential, but we have some Parmigiano, butter, salt, and pepper. But the most important thing is that you have weighed flour with the scale, because water and flour needs to be equal by weights. Okay? Did I say it well, Denise, in my English?
Yes.
Was it clear?
It was very clear.
Okay.
Very clear.
I was not sure. So here you see lots of tools, and I'm going to show you how to shape the gnocchi. Usually in Italy we have this gnocchi board, but if you don't have it, you can use any kind of tools you have in your home. I'll tell you this later. It's going to be very fun. And here I have all the ingredients for the sauce. This is the famous extra virgin olive oil that we produce on the property. Then I have peas, pancetta, leek. Did you watch the video tutorial on how to cut the leek? Because this is very simple. If you haven't, go and have a look. It's in the recipe, in the mail recipes that you have received. And this is the Parmigiano. Actually, I'm using grana padano, which is very similar to Parmigiano. Maybe if we have time, Paolo can tell more, because he's from Milan. He knows everything about cheese. And here we go. And then in the back here, I have all the pots and pans to prepare the gnocchi and the sauce.
All right. Well,
okay.
Let's get this party started, Kika. Let's get going.
Okay. I'm moving to the stove. I'm bringing all the ingredients here. And so the first thing we have to do is to prepare the base, the water for the flowers. So I have this pot. I hope you also have prepared your pot. And should not be very big, because the quantity of the flour and the water is not that much. So the first thing we do is to add the water. The heat is off. It's not already on. So I add the water.
And Parmigiano. So if you're cooking along, you should have your stuff over at the stove as well.
Yeah. So follow me, cook along. Don't watch, just watch. Then we add the butter. So I cut the butter in very small squares, cubes, and I keep it outside the fridge so it's not super cold when it goes into the water, so it melts faster, okay? And then I add a little bit of salt. We don't need to add too much salt because we're going to salt the water later, and a little bit of pepper. Okay, so now you turn the heat on, and I'm waiting like 20 seconds because for some reason that we didn't understand why yet after many years, my water boils always very fast. I don't know if it's the gas, if it's because I'm at sea level. Anyway, so start boiling the water, okay? Turn the heat on and don't go anywhere. Stay close to your pot. Don't leave the pot. Don't text. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at your social media, because this is a very important step when you make this gnocchi, because you need to soft boil the water. You should look for two signs. I'm starting mine now. Bubbles along the edge of the pot and a little steam coming from the center of the water. When this happens, so it's going to be kind of fast. That's why I want you to be concentrated on this moment. When this happens, you're going to add the flour all at once. Turn the heat off and stir, stir, stir. Okay? So this is very important. So you can also cover for like 10 seconds. So we can kind of hurry up the process. But we need to be very sure that the water doesn't boil, because if water boils, the cheese will curd, will clumps, okay? Because cheese doesn't like too much heat. And then the water can evaporate, and so we don't have enough water to absorb the flour that we are using, okay? So just remember, soft little bubbles along the edge of your pot and steam in the center. And of course, the cheese and the butter should be melted. Is everything clear?
I think so. Sounds clear. And I'm looking at, let's pop it. We'll do a quick gallery view and see everybody in their kitchens. We've got lots of people cooking with us today. It's so fun to see everybody in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, see, my butter is almost melted. So look, butter melted, cheese melted, little bubbles. I already see little bubbles, but I don't see the steam. Okay, so when the steam is on, it's coming, I add the flour. So make sure that maybe the heat is not too high. So if you feel that it's going too fast, just lower the heat. It's always better to have a lower heat so you control the process. If everything's too high, it's fast, and then you can burn or lose everything. Okay. Okay, just 1 second. I can't see the steam. I really just tilt my head to see the steam because I see the bubbles, but not the steam yet. But yeah, I think I need another 20 seconds.
Okay, and if you're cooking along with us, yeah,
okay.
like Chicca says, it happens fast.
Okay, I have the steam and it's almost boiling. So I add the flour and turn the heat off. This is important. Then stir, stir, stir. Basically, we are cooking the flour in the water with butter, Parmesan, salt, and black pepper. And you should already smell something nice.
And it's important that your heat is off when you're stirring this flour in, so you don't overcook.
Yeah. You don't have overcook. You just add the flour in the boiling water and then turn the heat off. That's important. So now I move to the counter. I'm going back here and I move the dough. This is our dough, guys. So simple, so easy. You guys made the dough. So move the dough from the pot to the work surface. Okay. Voilà. I put it here. And so this is the moment when we need the dough. You can see that the dough now is a kind of crumbly. You can see still the flour. And we're going to need the dough for about 2-3 minutes, maybe less, because you don't want to overwork the dough, because otherwise the flour in contact with the water will produce gluten and the gnocchi will be hard and rubbery. Okay? Okay, so
now's
this
a
is the
good
dough ball.
now's a good time for you to stop what you're doing, take a pause so you can watch Chicca demonstrate how she kneads her dough.
Okay, so with the palm of your hand, you just stretch the dough, not too much. You don't have really crash the dough, just stretch it slowly, roll it, rotate it, and repeat. And you do this like a couple of times. Stretch it, roll it, rotate it, and repeat. Stretch it, roll it, rotate it, and repeat. So just don't stretch too much, okay? Just roll it, rotate it, and repeat. And you feel that the dough is not sticky at all. I don't know if you can feel it. It's a little hot. I hope you're not burning your hands. and it's soft. It's like Play-Doh. And you just knead the dough until you don't see any more bits of flour, okay? And it becomes very smooth and elastic. Okay. So just stretch it, roll it, rotate it, and repeat.
All right, let's pop into gallery view and we can see people doing their doughs. Love to bring somebody up. And let's see. Victoria, you're doing a great job. Can I bring you up? You've got a good view there so Chicca can see you. Nice.
Oh, wow. This looks amazing. How do you feel it?
Hi.
Ciao.
I was a baker, so this is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like bread baking.
Yeah, but can you feel how easy it is to make this dough? It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you double the recipe, yeah? Because it's no?
No, it didn't. No.
It looks like a lot of dough. Maybe it's the angle from the camera. Yeah.
Thank you for letting us bring you up, Victoria.
Grazie.
All right, and let's pop back in and see, does anybody have any questions about their dough that they want to have Chicca troubleshoot? If you do, just give me a wave and I can bring you up. Or is everybody doing pretty well? Looks like we're doing pretty well. Angela, let's bring Angela up. Hi, Angela.
Ciao, Angela. Hey, that's Angela.
Ciao, Chicca.
Ciao, she's a member of the cooking club.
Yeah, and ciao to my cousin in Canada, Kathy.
Oh, fun.
Kathy from Vancouver. Okay, great. Yeah. Well, it looks beautiful. Your dough looks beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fantastic.
Oh, and we do have somebody's hand raised, so we'll pop back into gallery view. And I can bring you up. We've got Dog and Christina.
I'm sorry, it says dog. In a recent Zoom call, they asked us to tell which animal we were, and I forgot to change it.
Sorry, hold on for just a second so I can try and find you and bring you up. Is your camera? There you are. You're waving. Okay, thank you. My goodness. All right, thank you.
When I first put the my daughter's helping me here. She's off screen. Camera does not want to be on camera. When I first put the dough in, everything in, my dough was really wet. Like when it wasn't like Play-Doh. It was more like gloppy dough. So is it okay to just add more flour at that point?
Yeah, but did you weigh the flour by scale?
I did. We weighed them both. We always cook with a scale, so everything was equal. So I don't know.
Maybe you didn't. The flour, the water was not too hot.
Maybe it was too hot.
Or not too hot.
Or not too hot. Maybe. I mean, it had the bubbles around the outside and everything was melted. So I don't know.
How does it look now?
Well, now it's great. I added a little bit of flour to it and now it's it's soft and squishy.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, because depends sometimes also on the flour that you're using.
Yeah, could be. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
Christina.
Thank you.
so I think I can show you my dough now, and it's okay. I don't want to say it's perfect because Paolo doesn't like when I say it's perfect. But it's smooth, it's soft. I can't see any more white bits of flour, so it's elastic, and it's ready to go to make gnocchi. Okay.
All right.
All right. Can we go?
Yes, let's move. Keep moving.
Okay. So first thing we have to do is to make the ropes, and so I take like a quarter of the dough, and I keep the rest covered. This is important, otherwise the dough. Sorry, I moved this from the
Okay,
dough.
and while you're doing that, if you're going to be cooking your gnocchi now's the time to start your water boiling. So
Yeah.
go ahead and get your water boiling so it's good and ready when your gnocchi is ready to be put in the pot.
Okay. So, yeah, let's do the rope. Let's roping. Okay, so you take the piece of the dough, just turn it into a ball, and then with your hands, you just start slowly making a rope. Okay. So one trick to make a nice rope is also to have some oil in the palm of your hands. So it's easier to roll it, and it doesn't stick. And but it should not stick. It should not be sticky because this dough is not sticky. And then you can use the two palms, and from the center you slowly apply a pressure, and slowly you make a rope. It should be the width of your index finger. So if you have a big index finger, make like the size of your smaller pinky. Because I mean, you can make gnocchi the size you like, but usually if they are bite size, it's nicer. Okay. Okay, so this is my rope. Okay. Right, and then we're gonna cut from the rope. We're gonna cut small pillows from end to end, and try to keep them as uniform as possible. Okay, maybe you can look at me. You can take like the size of your, like this, okay, and then you keep them all the same size. So these are already gnocchi, and you can boil the gnocchi and eat them just the way they are, okay, and then you put them aside. But we curl later, and I'll tell you why. We make another rope. Does anyone having problem with the roping?
We have a question. How long should the rope be?
How long? This is not important. You can have a very long rope because we're going to cut the rope in small pillows. So
the important thing is the width of the rope.
Yeah, width of the rope. Yeah. So try to make, you can make bigger gnocchi, smaller gnocchi, and also keep in mind that when they cook, they also get bigger. So try not to cut very big pillows.
Okay, and we do have Laura and Corey. They're saying that their dough is falling apart. And so let's see if are you on camera? Yeah, let's bring you up, and then Kika can look at your dough. Let's see your dough.
Let me see.
All right, hi.
It's do you mean that it's dry? Maybe it's a little dry? Or looks good. To me, are you able to make a rope? Or not?
When you do the rope, it starts to stretch and fall apart.
When you do the rope, it breaks. You mean, that's
it
okay.
breaks.
But yeah, that's okay. No problem. Put
that's
some
okay.
Olive oil.
Okay.
Put some olive oil on the palm of your hands when you do the rope. Yeah, so it will help to keep the rope together.
Okay.
This is what I'm doing because mine too. See, it's a little. Sometimes it breaks, but if you put the olive oil, it keeps together.
Okay.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Let me know if it works.
All right.
Okay. More pillows. So sometimes the rope breaks because it gets dried, because we are talking. We should cook instead of talking. Yeah, sometimes, so that's why you put some olive oil in the palm of your hands, and then you just do the rope. So this helps the surface. If the surface it's a little dry, it gets more hydrated. Even your hands. It's good for your hands too.
Yeah, it's
At the
lotion
end
for
of the
your hands.
class, at the end of the class, you're gonna have very soft hands together with soft pillow gnocchi. You're gonna have both. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
remember from the center. So one of the reasons why the rope can break is because you are crushing too much. You just have to roll, not press. Just a very light pressure from the center towards the end. Okay. And also
we have a
maybe just go
question.
to the end.
We have a question
Yeah.
from Cindy, and she asked, and we mentioned this at the beginning, but do these gnocchi freeze okay?
Freeze perfect. I have a bag of gnocchi that I made the first time 2020 during the pandemic, and I keep them because it was my first live class, and so I still have them.
It's
Yeah, we
sentimental.
don't recommend keeping them for that long, just for the record.
No, yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, I can show you later. Yeah, a small bag of pandemic gnocchi. Yeah.
The thing to do, Kika, of course, with freezing gnocchi, you freeze them on a tray, and then once
Yeah.
they're frozen, you can put them in a bag, and they occupy much less space.
Yeah, exactly. In one layer.
One
That's
layer.
important. Yeah. So these are not sticky. You have seen the dough is super easy to make, and it doesn't stick. Usually when you make other kind of gnocchi, like potato gnocchi, they stick. So I use, yeah.
Kika, will you tell us about the different gnocchi recipes? And don't you have 2 more in your cookbook?
Yeah, sì. You can gnocchi. Yeah, so gnocchi in Italy, first I will say gnocchi, not gnocchi. In Italy is just a name for a shape of pasta. And we can make gnocchi in Italy with many ingredients, from pumpkin gnocchi, spinach and ricotta gnocchi, semolina gnocchi, and there are all different kind of techniques to make them. And I have my cookbook. I have a little cookbook here. And I have like 2, 3, 4, two types of gnocchi, 3 types of gnocchi. But on our recipe library, we have many types of gnocchi. And the most difficult for me are the potato gnocchi. Because as I said before, if you don't have the right potatoes, it could be very difficult. You need all the potatoes because they have more starch and less water. Because if you have very watery potatoes, they will absorb a lot of flour, and at the end they will become very gummy. Okay, so try to find all potatoes.
And
okay, this
Kika,
one.
we do have a question. How's the cookbook been updated since Christine bought it 5 years ago?
No, just the cover.
It's just the cover.
Maybe one or 2 recipes are updated, and it's always a winter project that I want to update the cookbook, but I never have the time. So if anybody wants to help me to update the cookbook, I accept helpers. Yeah. So you can have a free copy. Yeah. Okay. Voila. So we have all the pillows here. Can you see the pillow? All my pillows. Is everybody pillow ready?
They're
Ready with the pillows?
Let's pop into gallery view. Yep, we've got lots of pillows. I see pillows out there.
Lots of pillows.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, Josh, I'm going to bring you up and you can show your pillows.
Oh, wow. So can I tell you something? They're a little big. Cut them in half. Okay? Okay.
You know, I like them big.
You like them big? Okay. No problem.
It's preference. Thanks, Josh.
Okay. If you'd have cooked here with me, you would have cut them. Okay, that's great. All right. So let's do the curling part because this is so much fun. Okay, so the traditional way to make the gnocchi is with the fork, but I don't find the fork anymore. The fork is there, take another fork. I don't know if you remember the nonnas, making the gnocchi with the tine of the forks, with the tines of the fork. And my fork doesn't work very well, and I much prefer the gnocchi board. But I show you anyway. So I use the back of the fork, and I put the gnocchi on the top, and then you apply a little pressure, not too much with your thumb, and then you release. When you release, you have the indentation, okay? So why do we want to give this shape to the gnocchi? Because the shape helps the sauce to be absorbed, caught by the gnocchi, okay? And you make kind of cavity with your thumb, and an indentation, a pattern on the other side of the gnocchi, and so the sauce stick better. So I want to show you with the gnocchi board because maybe we can use the other camera. So you put I don't know if you have a gnocchi board. You can also use a bamboo mat. If you have a bamboo mattress, I don't know how to say it. So because you need to have something with a pattern. That's the point. Doesn't matter if it's a fork, it's a gnocchi board. I'll show you all the other tools that I have there. So you put the gnocchi on the top of your, the little pillow on the top of your board, and then you roll down, pressing gently, okay? With your thumb. Just before the releasing, you just take your thumb off, okay? So one mistake that I see all the time is this one. You start pressing from the top, and then you keep pressing and too much, and then you have this mistake. One side is thick and the other side is very thin. And this is not good because they cook different, have a different cooking time. So you have to try to keep the sides the same width. Okay, show you again. So see? So that's good. Two sides. That looks perfect, Paolo, right?
The pocket's perfect for a pea to fit in there.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do, I go up here so you can see better. Woo! I want to lower the water because it's boiling too fast. Okay, so you put the thumb and then press until the center and then start releasing, okay? And then you have this.
Yes,
Okay,
Chicca,
I'll do
and
this again.
if you don't like it, you can mix it, roll it back again and try again. This is
Ah,
very
see.
forgiving. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Look, like this is not good. So I just put it back in a bowl and then I do this again. Okay.
And can you show again with the fork?
Yeah.
Thank you for that question, Laura and Corey.
Yeah, this fork has a very, very big tines. So the indentation doesn't come very nice. But yeah, see? It's a big indentation. Yeah, it's okay. You can use, I have this like a fancy cutter. This was my daughter's idea to do this. And so you have like a gnocchi this shape. They're nice, they're fun. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Or you can use a shell. That's why I have a shell on my table. It's not because it's a decoration. You just go like this. And it comes out with a very cute pattern. So if you don't have any of the fork, the board, go to the beach, find a shell, use a shell to make a gnocchi. So I think this is a very fun activity to make with kids. When I have my in-person classes, this is one of the classes they love the most. You can use the back of a grater. In this case, you don't have it. You have like little dots on it. But as I said before, you can also cook them the way they are. You can also just use a scraper and make a kind of cavatelli, just like this. And you have like a big gnocchi. I don't know if you've seen it.
Chicca, could you try to do again the rolling near the camera. I know it's hard. You have to lift and get
With
closer to the
the
camera. Yes,
board.
perfect.
Okay.
Yes, so we can see it better.
Okay. Press at the top. Press down the center. When you're at the center, release. Okay? I'll do this again. So, I'll show you the mistake. I'll do the mistake. Press the top. And then you keep pressing, pressing, pressing. So sometimes the gnocchi sticks to the board. And so you can see you have, I don't know if you can see, one side is very thin and one side is very thick. Can you see?
Yes.
Can you,
Yeah.
can
So
you see it?
we're zooming in as much as we can. And perhaps if you're on Zoom, you can make sure that you're on the speaker view, which is up in the top right corner of your screen. You can go to speaker view and it should make the speaker larger on Zoom. So hopefully that might help also, Damon. And then
Okay.
did you show the cheese grater already? I was monitoring
Si.
chat. I might have missed it. Okay. Because that's a good one
Si,
too.
si.
Because a lot of people have cheese graters and they might not have the gnocchi board, and it creates a fun
Yeah,
pattern
but
as well.
you can also use just a scraper, you know, as I showed you before. I do the scraper again. I'll take a smaller scraper because this one is too big.
Yeah. Well, and let's go ahead and jump
Like
into
this.
gallery view. And if does anybody want to volunteer and show their technique? Amber's got 2 people. Can I bring you up, Amber? Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Yes, let's see. They're using a fork.
They're using a fork.
We're doing okay.
You're doing okay. Looks beautiful. Yeah.
I cut ours pretty little, but I like them kind of smaller, I think. Is that okay?
See, I like smaller as well.
Okay.
Sorry, John. Sorry, John. You like a small gnocchi.
Well
The
done.
fork's kind of hard. I think I need a gnocchi board.
Yeah, I think gnocchi board has the best pattern for this type of gnocchi because they're small, small indentation.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, I think we're good here.
Thank you.
You're good.
For sharing with us.
Okay.
Let's do another quick pop out to gallery view. Is anybody having any issues or questions and they want to have Chicca troubleshoot for you?
Yeah.
I don't see anybody with a panicked face. That's good.
And what about the ropes that were breaking? Are they?
Yeah, let's see. Lorian, can I bring you guys up and you can let us know how are
How's
they
it
looking
going?
now?
That's you.
Did they stay together?
Yeah, it's hard to see.
That's okay. You can just maybe lift and gnocchi up.
Oh, okay. Well, there's
There we go.
that.
There you go. Oh, good. Look good. So the ropes are the ropes okay now?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Here's mine.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Very
With
nice.
the fork.
Bravo. With the fork.
Brava.
Brava. Brava.
Yeah, and this dough it's fairly forgiving, but I think that, you need to move a little bit quickly so that your dough doesn't get too dried out.
Yeah, but once the pillows are done, that's okay. The hardest part is to make the pillows. Okay. I have a few pillows to roll on the board.
And shaping gnocchi is kind of a mindful exercise, isn't it, Chicca?
Yeah, I can do this forever. Yeah.
And then remember, if you're not eating your gnocchi right away, you can leave it out if you're going to be eating it tonight. And if you're going to cook it in a few days or longer, you can freeze it, put all the gnocchi on a sheet pan in one layer and then freeze it. And then once it's frozen, you could put it in the plastic bag.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be our dinner. So if you're eating them in 1 hour, it's okay. You can leave them on the counter. I don't think it's too hot. So they don't go bad. They don't have any any fresh eggs inside. The cheese is cooked, the butter is cooked, so they keep well.
And we've never actually counted. We had a question from Sarah. How many do you get with this recipe? And I think it varies depending on how big you've cut the pillows. But it usually is about servings for 2 to 3.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie's asking, do you put flour on the pan if you're freezing?
No, because they don't stick. Usually I put them on a parchment paper, just because when you freeze something on a metal, it sticks even though if it's something else. So it's good to have parchment paper.
Okay.
And you can lay the gnocchi on the parchment paper. Okay, do you need help? Anybody?
Let's see. Let's do a quick gallery view. Does anybody need any help? It looks like we're just moving right along. People are, ooh, Sarah, let's pull yours up. Those look great.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, you can show it again.
Ciao, Sarah.
Oh, I don't know how to change, reverse the camera over. I'm just going like this.
Perfect.
Okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, wow. See, that's great. Did you use a gnocchi board?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Nice. Well done, Sarah. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Shall we make the sauce?
Yes, let's go ahead.
Okay, I'll move the oil first. And then I'll switch this off. And then I'll take all this out. Oops. And bring this one. Voila, I'm here. Okay, let's make the sauce. First thing, we're gonna add the pancetta, the bacon, in a small pan. And oops, it was hot. What was hot? And we're gonna add the pancetta to a small pan. We turn the heat on and we're gonna cook the pancetta until the fat is rendered and the pieces of pancetta are crispy, okay? So my pancetta is pretty fatty, so I'm not adding any other fat like olive oil, other olive oil. So if yours is a little dry, you can add a little bit of olive oil. So while we are doing this, we're gonna move to the sauce as well. We're gonna add to a large saute pan extra virgin olive oil. Keep in mind that the heat is off. Whenever I start a saute, I start always with a cold pan. That's rule number 1 for any kind of sauces that you're doing, okay? So add the olive oil. And then we're gonna add the leeks. The leek that is finely chopped, okay? I added quite a good amount of olive oil. Okay, and I add the leeks. So I stir the leeks so that it's well covered with the extra virgin olive oil, and then I turn the heat on. Turn the heat on, and I keep the heat to medium. And the reason why we start with a cold pan is because this is the way we do in Italy, because if you add your saute, carrots, onion, garlic, celery, to hot oil, you're gonna fry the vegetables. And here we are building the backbone of your sauce. We just want to infuse the oil with your aroma, the aromas of the vegetables, of the herbs. And so cooking them slowly will help them to sweat, to cook down, to release all the aromas to the oil, and the sauce will be great. And also cooking oil at a high temperature is not very good for your health as well. So make sure that your oil is cold whenever you start the saute. So when you see little bubbles here, you stir. Always keep an eye to the pancetta as well. You don't want to burn the pancetta. And you stir. And when you see that it's sizzling and you can see the steam, so this is when the veggies, the leek is releasing the watery part that has inside. You're going to cover so it cooks down faster, and also the steam is trapped inside, and you're sure that the leek is not burning. Can you see the steam? So look at the steam in your pot, and if it's steaming, cover.
And
we're going to check. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was going to say, do you want to talk about the difference between pancetta, bacon, and guanciale?
Yeah, so basically they all come from the pork. And but they are different parts of the pork. Maybe Paolo, do you want to say that?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, so bacon, very familiar with bacon, of course, is cured pork belly, and it's cured with salt with a wet brining. It's not healthy to eat bacon raw, so you know that. Pancetta instead is cured pork belly, so you can eat it raw if you like, and Italians do. They put it in a panino, so it is dry cured with salt and spices, not always smoked, not typically smoked, but it can be. So it's dry cured for several weeks, so that's really important. It's similar to bacon when cooked, but it's deeper and more concentrated as well. And yeah, again, we can eat it like that, or you can use for cooking, as in this recipe. But then the real treat in Tuscany especially is guanciale. Guanciale is pork jowl, so cheeks. And yeah, it's cured with salt and certain spices, not typically smoked, and similar to pancetta, but even deeper and sweeter. So you've got to try that one. And yeah, it is the main ingredient for pasta alla carbonara and pasta alla matriciana, two Roman recipes. So really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. So look, the leeks are super soft now. I chop them very, very finely. That's very important. So they just cook and chop faster. And so when your leeks are softer, add the peas. I'm gonna add the peas and mix.
It looks so green and springy.
Yeah, I know. This is always a good recipe, actually. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and cover. And we are ready. So we can lower the heat, and while the peas are cooking, we can also start cooking the gnocchi.
And right now we have the peas and the leeks. We have not added the Parmesan cheese yet. The Parmesan cheese comes the very, very end. So no Parmesan cheese yet.
Yeah, so that's very important, Denise, and I'll tell you why later. Okay, so I think also the I need my tongs. Oh, where are the tongs? Here. Okay, sorry. So pancetta is crispy. Yeah, crispy. Yeah, you can see it's kind of brownish. This is the kind of so it's a nice contrast between the gnocchi, which are soft, and the pancetta, which is crispy. So oops. So make it crispy if you like it. And so I turn the heat off here. So the pancetta is off. The peas are on, but very low. So they cook low, very slow. This is the pan with the big, with the pretty strong bottom. So the heat is well distributed. And my water is boiling. I think I'm going to cook my gnocchi. Are you ready, guys? Is everybody ready to cook the gnocchi?
I think so. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to cook your gnocchi. All right. Fantastic.
Okay. So water is boiling. That's a very important step in Italy. Whenever we cook pasta, we add salt. I'm using coarse sea salt. It's coarse. It's not fine salt. And I have a kind of 2-3 liters, maybe 3 liters and half of water. And I'll show you how much salt I'm going to put. So this is 1 handful, 2 handfuls, 3 handfuls, and a little bit. Okay, so don't worry about your blood pressure. You're gonna be okay after tonight. I'm not going to kill you. So usually when I do my in-person classes, people are always, wow, that's a lot of salt. But we are cooking the pasta in the water, which has the right amount of salt to be tasty. And if you cook pasta in unsalted water, the pasta will be bland. Salt gives flavor to your pasta. That's why in Italy pasta is also so good, because we cook with salt. It's illegal not to add salt to your pasta water. The police will come and put you in jail. No, I'm joking. And yeah, so what I want to say about the salt, it's a sea salt. If I'm using fine salt, I would use a less quantity because, you know, in volume is more, okay? Voila. So the water is boiling. We can cook the gnocchi. We can cook the gnocchi here. So maybe Arnaud, can you help me to hold can you help me to hold this? So you're gonna see Arnaud. This is Arnaud. He's holding the board. Okay, and you can add all of them to the pot, to the boiling pot, because you don't need to cook them in batch. They want to run into the water. They want to swim. These gnocchi. They're rolling down by themselves.
They think it's the ocean. They're running into the ocean.
Exactly. They're running into the ocean. Okay.
And you can boil them from frozen if you have frozen them previously. My advice is to do them in smaller batches because they tend to lower the water temperature if they're cold.
Yeah. And so once you add them to the pot, just stir them just once, because they tend to stick to the bottom. Because they're heavy, they fall down to the bottom of the pot. And now we're gonna wait to the dance. When you see them dancing on top of the surface, they are ready. That's true. It's not an Italian legend. When the gnocchi come to the surface of the water, they are ready. And Denise knows a very nice song. Yes, Denise.
They haven't started coming up yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, they're coming. They're coming up.
Well, y'all know the Donna Summer song. I'm coming up. That's the gnocchi song.
That's the gnocchi song.
That's the extent of my singing. I will not quit my day job.
Okay. So check the peas.
And I want to say one quick thing about the coming up part. The chemistry is very interesting because the reason why they float is because there's steam forming in the middle of the gnocchi, being trapped inside the gnocco. And this is a guarantee that the center has reached 100 degrees, therefore Celsius, which is a sign that it's cooked. So it's now safe to eat.
Oh, wow. That's very nice to understand. Okay, so now when they are all up on the surface, you can use like a colander and scoop them and add to the peas. Keep the temperature too low, the heat too low. Can you see how nice they are? You can also taste one gnocchi. Yeah, they should be cooked all the way through. You don't want to taste any flour. So they should be cooked all the way through. So we're gonna keep some of the pasta water. So we're gonna add like a scoop of pasta water. Like this, like a small ladle, like this, okay?
I bet your kitchen smells so good right now.
Yeah, yeah. And I mix them with the pasta water. And then when I add the cheese, I turn the heat off. That's also a very important tip that you should remember after this class. Whenever you add in cheese to your pasta, when you're sauteing the pasta in the pan, turn the heat off and add the cheese. Otherwise, the cheese will curdle, doesn't get creamy, it gets clumpy. Okay, just sprinkle the cheese and then toss the pasta. the heat from the pasta is enough to melt the cheese. You don't need anything else. Okay, and then mix, 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 mix. All right, here we go. We have finished. So if you don't talk that much, you can make this in 30 minutes.
Well, and
Much easier. See?
one of our class traditions is to take a quick screenshot together. So if you'd like to participate, please make sure your video's on and come close up to your screen with your gnocchi in whatever format you're in right now. And we're going to pop into gallery view and we're going to take a couple of screenshots. So come on up to your screen.
Denise, we need to add the pancetta. I haven't finished yet.
Oh,
you add pancetta on top of.
So sorry. I jumped.
Yeah. Add the pancetta on top of the gnocchi. Yes. Like this. And so and I'm coming to the table so you can see the finished product. Yeah, and then we can take the screenshot. Voila. Can you see it? Voila. I'm coming. Okay. I can lift so you can see.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. All right.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, I'm going to taste one. Very good.
All right. Now we'll go into gallery view. And if you're going to be participating in the screenshot, please come up to your screen, either with your gnocchi or just your smiling face. And we're going to do a couple. So hold 1, 2, 3, smile, everybody, smile, smile. All right, hold again. I'm going to take one more. 1, 2, 3, smile. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. And if you have any photos that you've taken today, we'd love for you to share them with us on social media. Paolo's going to drop some things in the chat right now. And we just hope that you had a really fun time at our gnocchi party today. And it's always fun to get people cooking in the kitchen together.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so, and now we want to show you a little bit of why we'd like you to invite you to become part of our cooking community at Chicca's Cooking Club. So I'm going to share my screen again, and we'll give you a little sneak peek at what's coming up. All right, we're excited about all the recipes that we have in the lineup. And Chicca, do you want to tell them about all the recipes?
Yeah. So if you have enjoyed the class today, we can cook for the next month together for 6 Saturdays. From April to July, we'll cook these 16 recipes that you see on the screen, just like today, live via Zoom. And so on, fully interactive. You can still ask questions in real time. It's just like today. And this season includes homemade pasta. We're going to use the pasta machine. We're going to make handmade pappardelle. I'll show you this later. 1 Italian dessert and 4 seasonal recipes from my family and Italian traditions, where you learn how to make the most of fresh ingredients in seasons. All these recipes have been tested. They are simple, they are healthy and flexible, and you can get easy tips to adapt each recipe to vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free. So we'll try to make cooking easier for you. So Denise, you want to show the recipe? So the first recipe of the season is in April 25. It's a fried artichokes. I'm going to teach you how to make carciofi dorati e fritti. It's a typical starter that you can find in this season in Italian tables. It's super easy, doesn't take too much, and I'll show you also how to clean the artichokes. Then we're going to have a creamy asparagus soup with lemony whipped cream and prosciutto. So asparagus are in season now, and the white thing that you see in the middle, it's not an egg, it's a savory whipped cream with lemon inside and cheese. So it's super, super good. Then we're gonna have, this is the dessert. We're gonna make a strawberry tartlets We're gonna make together the shell with the pastry, the shortcut pastry. We're gonna make together the custard, and these are small little tartlets that you can really see in Italy, in many places, like in bars or pasticceria. That's the handmade class, pasta class. So we're gonna make pappardelle with eggplants and roasted eggplants and roasted bell peppers. They will be in season because this class is in July. And then I think the last class is gonna be stuffed zucchini with ricotta and fresh herbs. So we're gonna use another vegetable in season, zucchini, and we're gonna stuff with ricotta. Very nice meal. This is the last class. Actually, it's a spaghetti aglio olio. It's a very typical Italian dish. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's something that you whip up together very quickly when you want to make spaghettata di mezzanotte, like midnight spaghetti. It's very typical after a party. And so these are the dates. Denise.
Yes. And so when we cook together from August through November, all of our classes are great for beginners and experienced cooks. You'll expand your skills, mastering new Italian recipes, cooking homemade dishes with a short list of easy to find ingredients. By the end of the class, you'll have made a homemade meal. And we always love to have we have so much fun in our classes and with our cooking community. And if you miss a class, don't worry, you receive the replay video within 24 hours. And as a club member, you'll also join a vibrant Facebook community where you can share photos, ask questions, connect with fellow Italian cooking enthusiasts. And we have a built-in incredible ever-growing video recipe library, and it's been going since 2020, and it now has over 100 Italian recipe videos, including that are really for all of the members. You get access to on-demand classes covering the best of Italian cuisine, and like we like to say, it's tastier than Netflix. And inside the library, you'll find delicious recipes for everyday cooking and special occasions.
Yes, and the library has all the must-have Italian classics, including 5 variations of tiramisu, not just one, 4 iconic spaghetti recipes with cacio e pepe, puttanesca, matriciana, carbonara is one of them, a few homemade ravioli, creamy risotto recipes, and many more. And also all the recipes come with customizable serving sizes, so you can cook for any number of guests with ease. I'll put a link in the chat for subscriptions.
And here are some photos of our members having fun making Chicca's recipes for dinner parties and family meals. And they've also been visiting her in Tuscany. And they've been doing them right in their own kitchens, just like you have done today.
Thank you, Denise. And yes, we have a special Gnocchi Party gift for you. If you sign up for the club membership today, we'll send you a free digital copy of Chicca's cookbook, the one you saw earlier. And it has 30 vegetarian recipes from starters to dessert.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you join us and cook together this season. So you can go to the website that's on your screen. Paolo's going to drop that in the chat for you now as well. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to us at club@cookingintuscany.cc. And Chicca, is there anything else you want to add about the cooking club today?
Yeah, so I think it's not just about the recipes, the fun and joy of cooking together. It's the connection that we built over these past 6 years with our members. Many members have become real life friends, and some have even visited me in Tuscany. So today, you have met us. If you want to join us, we'll be very happy to keep cooking with you.
Yeah.
Paolo, there are other questions about the club?
There was not about the club. There was one question about the recipe, because we didn't see you add the pancetta, and we were wondering if you added some of the fat as well or not.
No, but because I like cooking healthy, well, not much fat, organic. So, but if you like to add a little bit of fat, it's good. I think it doesn't hurt. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, if you've taken any photos today, we'd love for you to share them with us. And Chicca, we're going to jump into gallery view here real quick and take a look at how everybody's doing. Smiling faces. We've got some people sitting down to eat their dinners already. This is wonderful. Fantastic. All right. And what we part of our tradition is that we'll ask you to unmute before we say goodbye. But before we do that, Chicca, do you have anything last that you want to say before we sign off?
Yes, so it was very nice cooking with you, and I hope to see you again in the kitchen in the next 4 classes, or just stay in touch. If you have any questions about the recipe, if you want to make this again, you're going to have the replay video in the next few hours. And yeah, so very nice meeting you all.
Nice. And then there is one last question from Georgette. If you're going to cook your gnocchi in an hour, yes, you can leave them on the board for now.
Sí, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, jumping back into gallery view, we're going to ask everyone to unmute, and then we can say a little goodbye. All right.
Yeah.
Can everybody say goodbye? All right. Ciao,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
3, 2, 1. Ciao, everybody. Ciao, ciao.